Okay, so the engine is gone. The John Deere engine is now gone. I want to thank the fellow that came down and got it. He said that he wanted it. I told him where it was at. He came, and it's a shame I didn't get to meet him, but I had a hearing appointment. And as you know, I'm pretty well deaf, and well, maybe you don't know, but I'm pretty well deaf, and I have hearing aids, and they had to tune my hearing aids. Not that there was anything wrong with them, but they needed to up them to my prescription so that I could hear better. And it's windy as hell out here. So that's what we did. We did just that. So the engine's gone. Thank you very much. Please leave a comment in the section below what your name was, because I have no idea. I don't think you ever told me, but I appreciate it. Cash is always good, and yeah. So what we did last night, I did talk about this. We got that done, and Alex from Deere Country came out with this kit. Okay, and here's the whole, that's the kit right there. If you, it's got, that's the kit. I haven't even looked at it. He put it in. I'm hoping those are not his tools. They should be mine. What's the matter?
So heavy.
Okay, so these are the remnants of the thing, but there it is. This is the kit. So there was the new wire. Oh, there was a bunch of stuff that Alex was supposed to take back and he didn't. But this is the mount. This is the valve. This is the hose. And this hose, we retained that hose. We just did not have to change that. But the new hose is here. He says if you need it, it's there. Apparently, oh, that wasn't good. Apparently, you would have to tilt the cab to replace it. So we just let it ride. So when Cody gets back, you guys are going to put this thing together.
That's the kit?
Yeah, it's in, and it starts up and runs. I need to get the rest of the hydraulic oil put in there, top that thing off.
All right.
But I want you to go back and see if that thing kicks on. I'm going to put the PTO on. Give me a second. It turned on?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That means it's working. Oh yeah, there it is. I wasn't sure if it was on or not, but it's a hydraulically actuated. Awesome. So everything's functioning. We're good. We are good. You said something about park. We in park? We are in park. Alright, so Cody and Tim are going to go ahead and put that stuff together. I'm going to top this thing off with hydraulic oil. We are having problems with these guys right here, and we're going to have those replaced. They're like $150 a piece. I may just take off and get these parts. I've got these that Alex did not take back, but I do have to return them, and I know they have these couplers in stock. So I don't know if I can get rebuild kits. They're like, listen, Alex told me, he said, listen, they're just pretty much throwaways. He said, these have been replaced already. You can replace them all, but he said it's easier just to replace them. They're about $150 a piece. So there's $3, $6, $900 worth of those little doodads in there, but they do need to be replaced because I just cannot have a tractor that's not functioning properly and be productive. So that's what we're going to do, right, Tim? Right, Tim? Okay. Okay, so now it's all back together again. We've got the hydraulic oil is halfway between the two lines on there. This is just a little bit of dirt and stuff, no big deal. That needs to be cleaned up. Cody has put put these back in for the top link. Now, we have corrected this problem we have with the heater. I didn't do it. Actually, they sent Alex from John Deere down here. This is a water kit for ATC water valve installation instructions. Tractors 6020 to 6920S. Alright, ain't that something? John Deere Mannheim. Okay, so pull your key out, disconnect your battery before you do this stuff. And they had to replace this hose here, this valve, this mount for this valve, and there is the other hose here, which we did not replace. It is here someplace. I don't know what he did with it. It's in the box. In the box? Well, we hung it up somewhere else. Okay, so those had to be replaced. This isn't not in English or anything. There it is. There's the whole shooting match. So we've got the wiring harness, the valve, the hose clamps, the hoses, and you know, we're golden. That's what it took. And I'm quite happy that it happened the way it did. Why is this in like freaking foreign language? Maybe it's got 16 different languages all for the same one. So this is it, AL214601. If you've got one of these things and you have had this problem or you need it to be repaired, this is the whole shooting match right there. It's all in there. Alright, so I'll climb up in here. There's not much to see at all, but the seat's back in business, and I had it running earlier. I don't know if it's got warmth to it. Let's see. We turn it on. You have to let it kind of not warm up, but you need to let the solenoids do their things. And there it is. Okay, so the 7530 is now back in business. This is what it controls. Now, they want to put this stuff up here out of your way, you know, like in the older 30, 40, 50, 55, and 60 series. All that stuff was up in your roof. None of this is up in the roof anymore. There's nothing up there. Yeah, you can even get sunroofs now with these things. Everything is still beneath the seat, and there's nothing over here like on the 8000 series and and the bigger 7000 series tractors. Oh, that's over here, and there were cables that would go down to it, to these pieces. But when they moved it up to here, now this one here is actually a manual one. You can get these that they're climate controlled. I can actually pop this block out of here and put in a climate controlled one in, and actually get this bad boy to, you know, I set it to 72 degrees in here, and it's set for 72 degrees, and it speeds up and slows down the fan just like the 8530. And I can feel that there's heat coming in, so that thing is working. That water valve is 100% working. Yeah, so that fixes that. You know, there's a lot of criticism to these things. I personally would prefer a cable type, like would be over here, but if you get in one of these tractors, you just look right out the front. There's no awkward, you know, weirdness to it. It's all, you know, pretty clear. There's plenty of room here for storage and stuff. You've got your auto for your, see, this thing has guidance on it, so that you hit that and it'll go back in. Some of them are up here. This tractor actually has heated seats, and I do believe that they are on, in which they are on, so we can turn that off. When we were down in Virginia and Maryland, that's when this thing, towards the end of our corn fodder run, this thing was almost unbearable to be in. Poor Joseph was freezing his balls off in here, and there was nothing that I could do to fix it. As a matter of fact, this tractor has been in this shop now, I'm going to say damn near a month or more. I mean, I think it was before Christmas that we tore it apart. It was before Christmas that we brought it in here, and we've been trying to get this thing fixed before Christmas, but we're good now. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to have her back in business. I'm gonna do a full service. We've done the air cleaner, inner and outer engine air cleaners, and we've done the cab air filters, inner and outer. You know, those work pretty good. The fresh and the recirculating, so that's working out pretty good. Yeah, that'd do it. So we can turn this dial here and actually get that stuff to come at us, and it is warm. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm sure Joe will be pretty happy. about this. And I did talk about the 6210R John Deere tractor that I'm trying to purchase. I haven't purchased it yet. It's coming. I actually don't repeat this and don't tell anybody, but someone had told me that the Farming Life had did a video about something, and at the very end of the video, I don't even remember whether, it doesn't even matter, but at the end of that video, he was at a John Deere dealer, at the John Deere dealer that I deal with. It's called Deere Country. This was Deere Country of Lancaster, and that store had a 6210R with an H380 John Deere loader, and it was an IVT tractor with relatively low hours. I think it had like 23 or 2,600 hours on it, which is pretty good. And I'm in the market for another loader tractor. I just need to get another loader tractor. So the reason I'm in the market for another loader tractor, it really doesn't have too much to do with the Westendorf, but a little bit to do with the Westendorf because of my father's torn rotor cuff. If I could get a different type of a valve for that thing, I totally would. And, you know, I'm just a little disappointed with it. Actually, that video that I did the other day where I was talking about complaining, I put it on private because I was really pretty harsh. Actually, Tim was pretty harsh, and they don't really deserve that. Westendorf loader, the Westendorf loader works really well. It's just, they caught me in the heat of the moment. I was a little disgusted. The loader's not even 2 years old, and I'm having these little issues. And they're not big issues. They're just little issues that continue to annoy the piss out of me. And I really do need to get that. I really need to get that rectified. And apparently my robo blocker has stopped a phone call that I really needed to receive. I did get a call from Westendorf on this thing, and robo blocker got them, so I just got to call them back, and I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to do it tomorrow and just get this thing straightened the hell out. The reason I need the 6210R is because it is a cab suspended, front suspended axle with a front end loader, and it is an IVT transmission that I can put on a stack wagon and or a baler, but I'm going to put it, this one is going on a stack wagon. If I get that 6210R, I'll put that one on a stack wagon as well, and we'll get 2 stack wagons going, and it'll really smooth the fields out. Won't be nearly as bumpy and rough as what we're dealing with this 7810. 7810 is a great tractor and all. My problem with it is pretty simple. It is a non-suspended tractor. It is a quad range, with an E range, quad range with an E range, and that tractor is rougher than a bear's ass on the stack wagon. Now, I run it pretty hard when I'm in it. Timothy doesn't run it nearly as hard, but the IVTs with these front suspension, we can go right from field gear to road gear like nothing with it and be across the field really quick and keep up to what we're doing with the balers. And with 2 of those stack wagons, we should be able to keep up to what we're going to be doing in North Carolina this year. So I guess I'm just yammering and yakking and talking about stuff instead of showing you what I've actually done. We are having some problems here. I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier. These couplers, even though they say they're rebuildable, I don't know if they're rebuildable. I really honestly don't know that they're rebuildable or not, but they do need to come out of there, and I do need to replace them. There are rebuild kits, I believe, for these, but I'm not 100% sure. I just had Alex out today, and he says if they're the older ones, you can just rebuild them. There are some rebuild kits, he says, but for the most part, it's not worth it. They're 150 bucks a piece, and he says you just buy them, put them on, and you're golden. Because what happens is they leak internally, okay? And when they leak internally, there's just no fixing them. You know, that's it. Once they leak, they're leaking internally, that's the end of them. So, if you can't rebuild them, and it's not even worth it to rebuild them, for $150 a piece, you just throw them away. But what I would do is probably pull these off, get new ones and put them on, and then send them to a hydraulic shop and see if they can rebuild them, the internals of them, or at least come up with the kits or you know, something that I can rebuild them, because $150, I mean, you're looking $900 right there for those 6 units. $900. That's a lot of money. So yeah, but we did complete everything here. Obviously, we've completed it. Cody's got it all back together again. Someone asked me about this guy here. What that is just a drawbar support, because I was not thrilled with the thickness of the drawbar that came for this tractor at all. I felt that it should have been about a ½ an inch thicker, and then that's all the farther forward I could put it. So I just had Cody build this drawbar support, and that transfers the weight from that point to this point, and it lessens my chance of this drawbar breaking, bending, or just any kind of catastrophic failure, because these Krone balers, not for nothing, empty, they're 24,000 pounds. They're very heavy. So that's why I did it. But again, this will not be, this tractor will not be on a baler this year. It's either going to be on the big stack wagon or the small stack wagon. I don't care which one it is. And that 6210R, when they get me the tire size that I need, I want these 710/70 R42s on it, and the 665 30s on the front, and on that tractor, and that will give me the tire size that I want, that I can actually hook it to a baler, and the 6210R will run that baler and pretty efficiently, so I think we could do that. But what I really am going to do is put the 8120 back on this baler, or on the new baler, and these will go onto the onto the stack wagon. So that's it. Those are the plans. 6210R, they want a fair amount of money for it. I think I even said what they wanted for it. Maybe I didn't. But it smells like pigs puked in there. I mean, it's really bad. The guy that was running it didn't own it. He leased it and then didn't pay the lease, and they had to go and repossess it. So when you get somebody that doesn't, you know, take care of their equipment interior-wise, the interior is not terrible, but it's just dirty, and it'll have to be cleaned. So that's that. So anyways, I guess I really didn't show too much shop work today. I don't even remember what I did, but there it is for the day. Thanks for watching.